Wow. So amid opposition in Washington, a crucial vote is happening soon to move the health care bill forward. The House Budget Committee is voting tomorrow morning, and if just 4 GOP committee members oppose the bill, they can stall its progress. Joining me now is Congressman Jason Lewis from Minnesota. He is on the House Budget Committee. How do you feel about tomorrow's vote, sir?
Well, I'm excited about it. Look, this isn't an either-or proposition. There's lots of good bills out there. Dr. Tom Price had a bill. I've looked at Rand Paul's bill, and I've looked at the American Health Care Act bill. They're all good bills. They all, in totality, undo the Affordable Care Act and move towards a market system. The question is, can you get 60 votes all at once? And there are a whole lot of people that say you can't get close to that in an all-at-once vote. So the best way to do it is to start the process through reconciliation, do the taxes and the fees, and a few of the mandates you can undo, and then do follow-up legislation after Dr. Price at HHS does some more deregulation. That would put the pressure on the Democrats in the Senate to move, and that would be the only thing between American freedom of choice in health care and Obamacare.
So, Congressman Lewis, I mean, we've heard that sell that it has to be done like that, but you heard, I mean, you heard your fellow lawmakers there ahead of you making the argument as to why that's not the case. So are you going to be able to get enough people to come in and vote and have the faith that the rest of it will move forward?
Well, I think there'll be, in the final analysis, some amendments to make the bill better. But if you were to ask me, Melissa, should we undo mandates and undo price controls on premiums so that people can buy the kind of plan that best fits their circumstances? Should you have tax parity in the code so just corporations don't get the tax breaks, but individuals get the tax breaks? And should you per capita block grant Medicaid? If that's the question, most conservatives over the last few decades have said, of course you should. And that's what we're going to be voting on.
But one of the things that you mentioned was, getting prices back under control. And although this seems to do that maybe a little bit in the long run, it doesn't address some of the major things, of course, that people have called for, simple things like being able to buy insurance across state lines. So I know we're supposed to wait for the next phases for that, but this doesn't address that, and this is what everyone's voting on.
Well, look, you're going to do what you can through reconciliation and get the ball rolling. But if you can't get 60 votes later for across state lines, and there will be other things that are in reconciliation that will lower premiums, we know that. The CBO scored it that way. But if you can't get 60 votes a month from now, who believes you can get it right now? Yeah. I'm a little perplexed by that one. We're going to throw the bill, and we're going to have repeal and replace all in one, and all the Democrats are going to come on board, and 60 votes is not a problem. But, boy, a month from now, when we got half the thing undone, you can't get 60 votes then? That doesn't add up to me.
Well, speaking of math, what do you think the vote is actually going to be tomorrow? What's your bet?
Well, I think the bill, and it's going to have some motions to instruct. There'll be some work in progress, but I think it'll eventually survive the committee and get to the floor.
All right, Congressman Lewis, thank you. Appreciate your time.
You bet. My pleasure.